The only thing I love more than wearing a Christmas jumper in the middle of November and drinking a full mug of Baileys is talking about the film The National Tree. Basically, it's one of the Hallmark Channel's greatest exports. A combination of an all-American road trip, a father-son drama, and a teen romance. And it would be fantastic if it could get any of those elements right. The story follows father and son, Rock and Corey, as they take their Sitka spruce tree from Oregon all the way to Washington DC, where it's going to become the president's national tree. Bearing in mind this is set in 2009, so helping the president would be seen as an honour. They're trying so hard to sell you on the fact that taking a tree from point A to point B is an adventure. I don't really see what the adventure is in that. There's one scene, count them, with a forest fire. It's fine. It's not very American either for an all-American road trip. I didn't see a single eagle. There's no hot dog eating competition. Nobody is racist that I know of. Okay, so the road trip's not much to write home about. What about the father-son relationship? Corey, the dad, planted the Sitka spruce when his son was born. And to do that, he had to move this huge boulder, this giant rock, and his wife had just died in childbirth, and he takes out all of the anger and the frustration on the rock, and he hates the rock, and the rock is gone from his life. The son? Oh, he is called Rock. He named the son after the big rock that he hates. I understand that you can't really name your son after one of the trees. I mean, spruce isn't really a name, unless you went whole hog. Spruce Springsteen, Sitka, Pine, Oak. My son Oak. Trunk. I feel like Trunk is as good as Rock. Why has he called him Rock? Corey is understandably upset when Rock suggests they move the national tree and him to Washington DC. I mean, this is a guy who has brought up this 16-year-old on his own completely. He has nurtured him from the ground up. He's been loving and caring and attentive and protective. And now his son wants to move it. The relationship doesn't really improve necessarily so much as they learn to tolerate each other, which I guess is a happy ending. And hey, you know, maybe Rock can go and stand in the place where the tree was to represent the fact that the rock has gained dominance again. Is that the moral of this film? Rock's will out? Okay. So the road trip's not very exciting, and the father-son relationship is kind of non-existent. They don't really seem to love each other. But there is an element of romance. This girl, Katie, suggests that they meet up en route as part of the road trip. So Rock has this fantastic day with her, and then, they can't bear to be apart, so he goes and asks Corey if Katie can come along, and Corey says yes. I'm joking, of course, that would be sensible. He sneaks Katie under the tarpaulin with the tree, which is being kept refrigerated. So he puts his girlfriend in a fridge. There's a fantastic twist when they get to DC and they find out that whoever is in charge is not the president. It's one of the presidential aides turns around and says, no, you can't plant the tree, we have to chop it. And they're like, no, we can't let the tree die. We've uprooted it and travelled across the country. It's gonna live. And it has my favourite line in movie history, which is this.
You always say no.
That is not true.
This is my chance to get out of here. This is my chance to do something cool. To meet the president. You don't care about me. All you care about is the tree.
You are welcome.